It is another scorcher here in the Midwest USA.
It is. That's why I'm kind of in the shade.
All right, so welcome back to the homestead, and today I'm taking care of a big problem that we've had around here, and we're getting into the fists and cuffs about it. And so this morning, actually, you guys are getting these videos real time. Yesterday, I worked on the back of the learning center for the concrete forms. That was real time. I uploaded that video for you guys yesterday, and today we're in the heat in front of the garden because last night I got in trouble.
Yes, I kind of got a little upset last night.
All right, so if you guys are new to our channel, we live off-grid in that log cabin that you see. We don't have any public utilities, and all of the water that we have on our property is gravity fed, okay? We collect rain from the beautiful sky. We run it through some filters for the house.
And I just took a shower. At our outdoor shower.
That has one filter on it just to get some of the roof sediment off. But yeah, we have an outdoor shower where we collect some rainwater and take showers there all during the summer. And every building collects rain. And even our greenhouse has 500 gallons of rainwater catchment hooked up to it that's gravity fed. And of course, if you guys are around our channel, we do all of our gardening, like what, 99%?
Yeah.
Yeah, in raised beds. We do have some patches where we plant in the ground, but we found great success with raised bed gardening.
Yes, and then besides like our blackberries and things like that, of course, you know,
right.
We're not going to go ahead and put in a raised bed, but everything else is in a raised bed, and you owe me 2 or 3 more by next year.
And the reason why we have those is because we've tried all the different systems, even the Back to Eden. We've tried disking and harrowing. I had a team of Belgians and the whole nine, pioneer life in the 21st century. And we started with a couple of raised beds, and what happened?
They multiplied like rabbits. Because they're amazing. And the thing is certain things, like there's certain beds that I want to keep as perennials, so they're just going to keep coming back. And then my other ones that I'll use for, you know, animal type plants, like your tomatoes and your peppers and your greens and things. But that way I can kind of keep some of them established, like my fennel this year, which I love, and it tastes amazing, and it's doing really well. And actually, I think I found a couple new ones coming up, so I'm very excited. So the raised beds are definitely what I'm doing.
Since she does the large portion of the gardening, you know, I'm busy building stuff and running the homestead and out with the firewood and all that stuff.
So I spend a lot of time in the garden, very much.
When she starts complaining about stuff, I gotta turn my ear up a little bit because that is gonna cause problems for me, which is where we are in this video.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a 500-gallon tank there that's gravity fed. That she drags the hose around and then waters all of the raised beds, right? So if you guys are, you know, been with us for a while, you remember a little while ago, was it last year, I guess?
No, was
it 2 years already?
2 years ago.
Man, you're so patient.
I am. I think that's why one reason that we're pretty successful at what we're doing, because I am very patient. Just like I hauled water for 4 years before, you know. But
again, my main thing to husbands is try to get her to go as far as you can. Almost to the breaking point, because that's just going to make a better when situations arise and problems come up. She's a much better problem solver. She's more gritty. She can handle stuff more. If you're too foofy and you crumble at the first little obstacles or troubles, this is not probably going to be the lifestyle for you. So that's part of our training here. If you come to our learning center. So we had the gravity fed, and then we got this big blue monster hose. As a matter of fact, we're going to take you guys inside right now. We're going to show you exactly what we're talking about. Come on, let's go show them your hose. Yeah.
Because the rocks are hot.
Yeah. It's like a treatment at the spa. All right, so this is the blue hose that I got her 2 years ago. I can't even believe it's 2 years. So when you guys are doing gravity fed, right, it's a lot different than pressurized lines. So with gravity fed, it's the bigger the pipe, the more power you have, okay? No matter what. Don't listen to anybody who tells you anything different. It's the complete opposite, and if you tell that to a plumber, his head's gonna melt off. But with gravity fed, you want the most pipe, the biggest pipe you can, all the way down to right where it comes out, okay? So I searched and I searched for the biggest hose I could find.
The big blue hose, and we found it.
And then we found it, and I got it. We actually, like I said, did a video about it. It's the most expensive hose like I ever bought, ever. And so we have it here, and she's gonna tell you what happened with it for 2 years. Oops, don't shake around now, we're talking to you.
So the hose, you know, was great. We put it in there and the water flow came out, because before it would just trickle out. So I would just stand there and it would take hours to like water the garden. So I just wouldn't water the garden. And
you
so,
don't want that.
well, that's what's got, this is what brought me to this point, because I haven't been able to, we've been having pretty much a drought. It hasn't been raining, like it rains and then we don't get rain for a long time and then it's 100 degrees.
Right, it's bad.
So I haven't been able to water because I'm having some issues with this hose. And basically what's happening is I get water pressure and it comes out and it's great. However, when I go to water, it keeps kinking up. Like bad kinking, like it'll kink.
How was it?
I'll go and I'll unkink one kink, and then it's sort of like, you know, when this, you cross your legs and it kicks out.
Right.
It just keeps happening over and over. Like I'll get one kink, then I fix it, then another kink, then I'll get 2 more kinks.
So she's walking this way, dragging it that way.
And then I have to drag it straight, and it's heavy, and I'm pulling it because the water's flowing through it, and it keeps kinking and it keeps kinking. And I didn't realize it would kink so much, because it does work if it's totally straight.
Right.
And I have it, and everything's perfect, then it doesn't kink.
So it's good for just like delivery of water, but it's not going to be good for maneuvering around our raised beds.
Right, because the water pressure, everything is awesome with it. However, it is kinking up, and then it's very frustrating. So I just get to the point where it's like, forget it. So I have not, this whole year, I haven't done it. I have not used that hose once.
Right. And then what happens is she's going to the other kind of canisters.
So what I do, if you want to know how I water everything, and it takes me hours, and I'm out here until 11, 12 o'clock at night with my headlamp on, watering all the plants and flowers around the house, and out here now with a gallon pitcher.
Right.
And it's
a couple of them.
And it's and I'm right now. I'm at the end of my rope.
So then she comes in, right? Now this has been going on for a little bit. She comes in and she's messing up my whole couch experience, right? Like I'm on the couch, I'm relaxing, and then she blows through the door, and it's like, I'm sick of dragging that hose around and blah blah blah, and you're not helping. All right, so that happened again last night after I was out in the heat and we got the back patio done. And so she was like, man, this is really driving me nuts. So I put it in my mind last night. I was going to wake up early this morning.
I know, I'm like, where did he go?
When she woke up, I was gone.
Like, where did he go? He was gone. And it's like, what happened?
Yeah, so I was on a mission, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to remedy this situation so I can have a happy wife, so I can have a happy life, and so you guys can get better videos. Because she's really good when she's happy. All right, come on, let's go check it out. Now we're standing in front of our 500-gallon water cistern, and you guys, I got a tarp over it. It's a white tank, right? It's not a big deal. Some gardeners and horticulturalists, they don't like to have algae in the water. I did some research on it. You know, there's mixed things about it, and it could cause problems, okay? So to eliminate any doubt, I went ahead and put the tarp over the top, because the only way that this is going to get algae in it is if the sun goes through this and then hits the water, and that creates the algae. So if any sunlight gets to this tank, it will have algae in it. So instead of painting it, if you put the black paint right on top of this tank, the heat just sucks into the tank, and when you open that up, it's hot water, here we come. So the nice thing about the tarp is it's black, so it keeps, you know, it's unpenetrable, so there's no sunlight getting through this tarp. Stop the water from getting super hot. And then also, if you guys paint your tanks, then you're going to find yourself painting them unless you really step up and do like a really good process, and then it might last you a little longer. So I just found out that this works a lot more universal for us. All of our outdoor tanks have these on them, except for the ones we use for the chickens and stuff, because it really doesn't, they drink out of mud puddles, so that's no big deal. All right, so this was where it all, this is where all my troubles began. So what I did this morning was, here, come down here, I'll show you. All right, so basically here's how the play goes. I went and purchased a deep cycle battery. Now for right now I'll just trickle charge it, but pretty soon I'll have all that solar panel stuff hooked up, and then I can just, you know, carry the battery over there, trickle charge it in there, or, you know, I don't know, one day we could put a solar panel here and be all cool like that. basically that's a deep cycle battery, and then it goes to this pump right here. This is 2.2 gallons a minute pump, okay? So all the stuff's super easy. The connectors come. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, guy, or nothing, you know. It's pretty simple stuff, all right? And then once you get the water flow, here's the hose that I had to put together. You got to get a couple of hose repair kits, okay? So like to make short dogs like this, you'll have to get a hose repair kit, and then you just put your ends on there, your male and your female ends, and basically that's all there is to it. I just open up the water here, and the one reason that I liked about this system is it has just an on and off button here. See that? So it's super easy for her to use. She just comes right out, hits the button, it's charging the line. Now we'll go over to the end of the hose and we'll show you guys the kind of pressure that comes out. All right, so I got 100 and something feet of hose when I was at the store, okay? And then I got some more of the repair kits, so I just needed about 10 or 15 more feet, so I have some extra hose that I'll be able to use at some other locations. And so there it is, and this reaches all the way to the other side of the porch, and as you can see, look at that, huh? Oh my goodness. And tell them about this here.
So we've had this too to use, and you know, so I could do my hanging baskets and have that nice little trickling effect. And I've never really used it either. So
well, we tried to use it, but the water just sometimes it came out okay because we almost thought, man, it's almost kind of working. I think we were selling ourselves.
I was working it, yeah, and it worked, but it didn't work all the time. Depending if I would move the hose too far away or whatever, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I'll look forward to using this too.
Yeah, we're gonna try it right now. Actually, hold on a second here. Man, that water is hot. Man, look at that water coming out of there. Man, that is hot.
I know, it's like boiling.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you burnt my toe.
That's just from being out here just for a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, we just hooked the hose up.
That's how hot it is
This
here.
water is hot. This is like hot water out of a hot sink.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Wow, look at that. Wow.
I'm making sun-dried tomatoes and they're making them really quick.
Wow. Wow. All right, so we're going to connect this on here, and you guys are going to check out the maiden voyage. Maybe she'll hit her ferns real quick and just see how she likes it. Oh my. Dial her in. So give her a check out.
Oh gosh, look at that. I can take a shower.
Show them how it works.
Oh gosh, look at it. They're loving it. The ferns are doing a happy dance today too. Oh, I love it. How easy is this? Wasn't that fancy? Now I want to show you how I used to water all my plants. Just fill up my gallon water, and then when that's filled, then I fill up this one, and then I'll fill up my 5-gallon bucket, because then I'll use that to pour into my next pitcher, and I would just walk back and forth using the pitcher and watering everything like that, and it would take me a very long time every day. So I would just bring it down from where our hydrant was, and then I would water all my plants, and I have plants everywhere. So once my gallon is done, then I'll have to go ahead and refill it again. And it would take me a long time.
That is our garden hose water collection disbursement drama scene. No more.
No, it's amazing. Oh my gosh. You know, it's so funny how you just take things like for granted, or just like those little things in life make such a difference. I can't tell you, just when you just turned it on, I couldn't believe that. So it really will save me a lot of time.
That's the thing.
To do other things.
Yeah, a lot of things are invented to help kind of speed up the mundane processes, right? So you could see how she was going to fill up the jugs, take them around to the plants. You know, it becomes mundane, time consuming, and then along comes a pump like that that could speed up that process, which enables you to get more work done, right? And then what happens is over the time, this is one of the reasons, if you guys want to know the inside scoop for the Amish, that they don't appreciate those machines because they feel like it gets them done with the work too soon, and then they have idle hands, okay? So now the work's done too soon, and instead of going on to something else and being even more productive, they end up slacking off more and then becoming like more and more sedentary and more laid back, more and more easygoing.
That's why a lot of them don't have couches.
Yeah, no,
They
you
don't
don't
have
ever
couches.
see that. Yeah.
You know, they may have like a futon kind of thing if people
Right.
sleep over, but they all have rocking chairs or there's a table. There's no couches.
That's right.
Pretty much so.
So guys, let me just tell you guys something else too. Another reason why is because, you know, it's hard. You know, we always are minding our dollars and our cents here now, and it was hard. That whole setup to get the pump, the battery, the hose, the ends to fix the hose nozzle. We already had the other nozzle. Everything about that was almost $300. Okay, so that's another reason. So you can live off grid. And you can live totally super cheap like we have for the last decade and put money away and save for projects. And now we're at the point where we're busting loose and showing you guys all the stuff that's happening. And hopefully this gives you ideas and determination so you know you could do it too. But you can also, if you have more money, you can live more comfortable. Now she'll be more comfortable because we spent $300 to have this water system now with pressure.
But that gives me more time so that I don't have to be going to bed late at night
Right.
when I'm trying to process a lot of our wares from the garden and all the different things that I could be doing, because it's like, you know, I don't have any time to do it because I'm trying to water the plants and do other things. So this will really save me a lot of time and a lot of headache and heartache and everything else. And thank you so much.
Yeah. So, you know, husbands and wives, you know, you'll listen. If you're listening good, you'll know when it's time to act. But always try to push yourself as far as you can, right? It just makes you stronger. If this system goes out and we can't get batteries or something happens and we can't replace this stuff, we've already been there. We know what it takes. We know how to manage it. We've already been there. That's one of my philosophies that I've had for 10 years of living off grid here was we went in kind of bare bones, hardcore, and then as we've grown for a decade now, we're going to start adding these luxuries. And then that way, if these luxuries, let's say solar, just using stuff, right? If an EMP goes off, the solar's useless. So now we're right back to where we were. And because we live that way, we have systems, we know how to do it, we know it takes the work, and so we're totally prepared. If you come on the off-grid scene and you drag all that stuff with you and you can throw a bunch of money into some solar power and all that stuff, and the minute that stuff goes down and you can't replace it or fix it,
So basically we have acquired really good muscle memory so that
Right.
if things happen, just like with our water, like a couple years ago, the pipe froze.
Yeah, right.
So it's like I
or
kind
the
of go
root cellar
back.
when we were doing the root cellar.
Yeah, so those little things we kind of already know what to do, so we can
She
kind
got
of
her
go back.
jugs, right? Started
Yeah.
hauling the water again. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. I hope you're listening.
So that way we always have, you know, we have little insurance policies all over
Right.
that we kind of know what to do. So it's
Right.
really helped us. That's why I guess through experience, it also, what's the word? It makes invention. What's it?
Necessity is the
Necessity.
mother of invention.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's true too. But at least you know other ways of doing things and getting things done. So
Yeah.
it's definitely good. You know, I know I got a little upset last night, but you know.
It's okay. It's all right. And it's been so hot, guys. It was like really weird. We were enjoying like some 80s and the nights were really good. And we were like, wow, are we going into it? Like the leaves were starting to change just a little bit. The apples were coming on. And then bam, we hit a brick wall of no rain and upper 90s for like it's been a couple weeks. So, and it really started building up these last couple days. So.
Yeah.
That's all good. So hopefully you guys came for the video to see what was going on, but I think there's several nuggets in this video you guys can get. So make sure you leave a comment down below. Happy wife, happy life. And, you know, as always, thanks for coming by our homestead, checking out what we have going on. our true heart's desire is that you guys can stop by here, pick up something that can be useful on your journey, so it can help you be more sustainable, more self-sufficient. And
I might even have to make you a nice dessert today.
that's why I freed up all that extra time. All right, we better get going then. All right, thanks for stopping by, guys.
See you guys.